Woxel. Welcome to the channel. You know what I'm saying? As y'all see the title, we're going to be talking about Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo, I'm saying, haven't been doing lives, but the fight is approaching sooner rather than later. So I'm saying, we're going to talk about it, man. It's a fight that the fans that the Charlo's been wanting for a fat minute. So, you know, there's a lot to talk about. And before it gets too late into September, I had to talk about it because then I forget and not do nothing, and then probably want to do a live while it's too late into the month and whatnot. So what better not to do as of now. Um, but yeah, as y'all see the title, Jermell Charlo gets wish to fight pound for pound Canelo Alvarez in September 30th. Um, a fight that Charlo's been wanting. You know what I'm saying? This whole live, is gonna be about that fight. There's been other couple fights, but not as exciting as this one. So this live, I will take it up. Just talking about the Charlo brothers, somewhat how they started, uh, and being in Golden Boy, at least Mel. Then he was with Golden Boy for like the beginning of his career. He's been talking about it in podcasts that he's been on. Um, his undisputed run, his opponents, his last opponents compared to Canelo's last opponents, stuff like that. But yeah, there's a bunch to talk about on this fight. Exciting fight. Um, it was originally supposed to be Maul, but so weird. Like he wanted the fight for so long, and then when he got it, uh, he wasn't mentally right to go forward with it. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, he ain't getting in the ring with Canelo, but his twin brother, will get in the ring with him regardless. One of them gets a good payday and going in there trying to dethrone the undisputed, since it's an undisputed versus undisputed type. Um, I had uploaded a short a couple months back when Mel was asking for an undisputed showdown versus Canelo, and as I was saying back then, I'm saying it now. I really don't give him a shot, but of course, it's boxing. A punch can change the the fight. So every fighter has a puncher's chance, but I just don't see how a 154 pounder can hang in there with Canelo, the undisputed super middleweight champion. A lot of us were thinking. I said a lot of us because I include myself. I thought Earl Spence would have a shot at making it interesting versus Canelo if he were to move up, since he's more of a you could say 60, a natural 60 pounder just kills himself to make 147 um, type of fighter. But we all seen how Crawford dismantled him, completely dominated Earl Spence, and now in the beginning, after post Crawford versus Spence, Crawford was saying that he would not go up in three divisions to face Canelo, which is too much. And after he went to Joe Rogan, he changed his tune and now wants to fight the undisputed super middleweight Mexican champ Canelo. Which, I mean, why not? Why not get knocked out for uh, a whole handsomely payday? You know what I'm saying? Like I would too. So, I mean, Crawford undisputed in two weight divisions. Uh, Said at first he wouldn't, changed his tune. Now he's willing to get knocked out at super middleweight. Hey, why not? If he wants to challenge himself, be even greater, why not? Canelo said he would get no credit fighting Crawford, but why not take that easy fight and brush him out the way? You know what I'm saying? Kill that noise, and that's an easy KO for Canelo. So even easier than Mel Charlo. So I see why not. Why not? Why not knock out Crawford um, after Jermell? So I mean, easy payday. So um, why not? But just now instead of Earl Spence, Crawford came in the conversation, and all right, he might get that fight. He might not. I don't know. Canelo has a lot of options, and whoever he chooses to fight, um, a lot of us will tune in to see him fight. So regardless, it doesn't really matter. But like Canelo says that he wants to fight people that actually accomplish something in boxing, and Crawford has. So why not be one of the one of the only two division undisputed champ? Um, so I mean, I'm pretty sure that's someone. Even though Canelo says he's too small, but hey, if they wanna call him out and wanna go to his weight, then um, he's gonna have to do it since regardless, they're gonna pay him good. They're gonna pay him good, and they're gonna pay the other fighter great as well. So, and we all know Crawford doesn't really sell. Um, he'll get at least 20 plus million. So, I mean, I see why he wouldn't mind getting knocked out uh, for that much change. So, hey, everybody got to do what they got to do, and in boxing, it's only for a certain amount of time, and you gotta take those opportunities that not everybody really has in boxing. So I see why Crawford would want to take that risk and risking to get KO'd bad, Manny Pacquiao style versus Canelo. But hey, if they want to do it, all right. They feel like they can beat Canelo, all right. As long as you give us an entertaining fight, that's cool with us. But yeah, like I was saying, those are some of the names that have come up after the post Crawford Spence fight instead of Earl or Crawford. But regardless, we have Mel Charlo versus Canelo. Mel Charlo been wanting to get this fight since Canelo for the longest, since he was with Golden Boy, and they just would not give it to him for whatever reason. He just, but let's keep it real. Mel Charlo did not have a following back then, so they knew he wasn't. It was too much of a risk to put Canelo in there with like an unknown. That's just business 101, man. Like you're not gonna risk your cash cow versus an unknown, someone that could. Even though Canelo been fighting the top guys since he was like 20, you're just not gonna put him in there with a complete unknown without building it first and the potential they seen in him, which he is now. He is that guy, even though he's been fighting back to back champions, and these other fighters have not. So regardless, he's been putting in the work. He was putting in the work, while a lot of fighters weren't, and that's why he was getting paid, and he was just getting uh, these Hall of Famers on his resume, you could say, and a lot of these other fighters weren't doing it. So uh, Canelo was paying his dues while these other fighters weren't, and that's why he says that he only fights fighters that have accomplished something, which Mel has. He has became undisputed at 54. When I seen Mel calling Canelo out, I said, "Hey, that could possibly happen since he is undisputed, but is it a good idea? No. But hey, if it happens, it happens. That's just the way that boxing is. And look, I didn't expect it. I thought Canelo was gonna fight once Earl Spence lost, I knew that was out. So I thought, okay, well maybe he could fight somebody else. I don't know, like uh, Andrade. Nope. He surprised everybody and went after the undisputed, which it caught me off guard, but I see it. Undisputed, someone that has been calling Canelo out. Um, they used to be in the same company. Uh, and the Charlos had been talking major ish, the last few years. Um, that Canelo was ducking, but Ma Charlo turned down the fight twice. So all those narratives that these lame ass YouTubers put out there, uh, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Your boy has some issues. You gotta have your mind right. Canelo's always in the gym, fighting 3 times a year, while Ma Charlo been inactive for like the last 2 years. So f out of here with them excuses. If fighting is your career, you gotta maintain it by having a healthy mindset, healthy physical, because that's what you do. You take punches for a living. So, I mean, but regardless, Marcharlo, Marcharlo didn't wasn't facing the proper opposition as well. So that was just gonna be a L that he was gonna take to the Guadalajara natives. So I mean, regardless, he turned the fight down twice. Charlo, he was gonna get beat. So why not go after the more accomplished 154 pounder? It is what it is. Charlo didn't accomplish what his bro did, but his bro wants that smoke. So Canelo's like, hey, let's get it. I'll take on both of y'all, one after the other, as he said he has. But Charlo's probably still not gonna be healthy. Regardless, he's fighting Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo's going up 2 divisions to try to dethrone the undisputed super middleweight champion, which I don't see happening. I just don't see it happening. A lot of boxing insiders, like a lot of former champions, fighters, they don't want to say it, but I mean, and a lot of lame ass YouTubers are are just biased. They like Mel Charlo, which you have every right. I like him too. I'm a fan of Jermell Charlo, but I'm a bigger Canelo fan. So, and it's not that I'm being biased. It's just that I don't see him beating Canelo by no way. So I would say if he did, or if I believe he did have a chance, the only chance he has to beat Canelo is trying to outbox him. But it's just a matter of fact, and until Canelo catches him and puts on the pressure and knocks him out. I don't see it no other way. And that's how it's gonna go down. And y'all will see after the fight on September 30th that what a lot of us been saying. Uh, like I said, a lot of YouTubers are are saying that Mel Charlo has a shot. I just don't see it. I don't see the smaller fighter. Well, not even smaller because he's bigger than Canelo. He's taller. Mel Charlo's like 6 feet, 6'1", versus Canelo's like 5'7". But Canelo's been beating these taller guys, these bigger guys. That don't mean squat. Real talk. Uh, and And Charlo is not even that young. He's like 1 year younger than Canelo, if not what's it called, the same age. So you see, he's a '90s baby. From his birthday is May 19th, 1990. He's 33 years old, Jermell Charlo, and I believe that's Canelo's age as well. So I would see a bunch that all these lame ass YouTubers, uh, the hater, the haters that hate on Canelo, now they're on his jock for whatever reason because he's at Showtime PBC. They're deriding him right now. Uh, all those YouTubers would hate on everybody that uh, that Canelo's fighting, or they will say that Canelo was avoiding the Charlos. Now that he's fighting them, there's these excuses. Oh, he's picking on the small Charlo, the 154 Charlo. Oh, he's gonna pick the inactive 2 year long layoff that Ma Charlo's been out of the ring. So they want Canelo to fight the Charlos, and then when Canelo is fighting one of them, the excuses come out. And that's every time Canelo fights an opponent. All these lame ass YouTubers start talking ish on the fighter, say he's cherry picking. A lot of these YouTubers have Mel Charlo as their number one guy. As their number one guy. So I want to see what. Well, I really don't care. But I wonder what they'll say if Canelo comes out victorious, as I see him be coming out victorious September 30th, the night of September 30th. Uh, but of course, they're not going to give him his credit. But regardless, Canelo doesn't need the credit from some lame ass YouTubers. Because regardless, it's going to be funny how the content they will be making once Jermell Charlo gets knocked out. And like I said, man, I'm a Jermell Charlo fan as well because, uh, he got heart and he goes in there and fight and trying to take off his opponent's head. Like that's my type of fighter. Thing is, I don't feel like the Louisiana native can really dethrone Canelo, like real talk. I just don't see it. I don't see what these YouTubers and former fighters see, because like a lot of them. The thing is, the Charlos are their boys, and they don't want to pick against them. They don't want to say the truth because they're gonna hurt their feelings, the Charlo brothers' feelings. But they ain't being real though. They ain't being real. But yeah, I can understand it that they don't want to go against their man. But they look even more goofy after the fact that they get beat. Oh well, yeah. They try to come up with some type of excuse. Oh yeah, well he's bigger, so he should have never accepted that fight. A lot of fighters have gone up a couple divisions and beat the fighter they went up for, and they get all the credit. But I just see Canelo beating Jermell Charlo easy, and I say that because I mean no fight is easy really, but he's gonna make it look easy because he's a 154 pounder. Charlo's not gonna be used to fighting at super middleweight with all that weight, with all that muscle that he's not used to having. So he's just gonna be slow. He's supposedly gonna be the faster guy, but he will not. He's gonna be sluggish. He's gonna be slow. He's not gonna be able to move the same, and he's gonna get fatigued even more since he's not used to fighting at that weight. But all for that payday, of course, I'd do it. I'd do this fight with Canelo is gonna set up his family for generations. So of course he wouldn't mind getting knocked out. And in his heart, he truly believes Jermell Charlo that he can win as well. So why not? And why not? I respect him totally for and I'm not saying I did it. I respect every fighter. I respect most all fighters because at least the respect that they get in the ring, because not a lot of people are cowards and won't fight. They won't fight for themselves. They won't defend themselves from a bully, that type of stuff. Nah, so that's why I say that. That's why I respect every fighter because not everybody is down to get hit in the mouth, nose, etc. There's a lot of people like that are cowards to getting hit. I'm a fighter, so I can relate to that. I'm not a amateur, no pro. I've just fought throughout my life. Uh, so you know what I'm saying? Like I know what it is to get hit. There's a lot of bum ass reporters that never been in a fight, that never laced up no gloves and stuff like that. So they just report on boxing and whatnot, and they've never had a fight in their life. So like I don't know, I just don't respect that type of people that it's like the reporters that report on certain sports that have never done it themselves. Like how can you be an expert and you've never participated in that specific sport? And there's a lot of goofies like that in boxing. They just be running they gums and they've never stepped into that squared circle for real, or never been hit in the mouth. And a lot of them do need to be hit in the mouth for real because they be saying a lot of mess. Like I care less because I know what it is to be hit in the nose, in the mouth, body shot. I know what that feels like. So I know how it feels like to be in fights. So I can relate with these fighters. So I say you just always gotta give them their respect. But we become a fan of a certain fighter for whatever. That's just individually on you as a fan, but that's just me. I respect the Charlos, but that don't mean that I don't feel like another fighter can beat him. As in this case, I feel like Jermell Charlo is just taking on a fighter that he's not gonna be able to beat, which there's nothing wrong in doing because it's gonna make a lot of money for both and the company PBC, Showtime, and all that. They're gonna make a profit, so that's why they're doing the fight. That's what they're doing the fight because it's gonna go down, and they're gonna make a profit, and why not? Why not? You know, Heyman has been making some good fights over there at PBC, so you can't knock him. Canelo didn't really have options at the zone, so I didn't expect him going to PBC. But hey, better than going there because there's way more options. And if he gets through Jermell Charlo, he has the brother. He has Benavidez, which hopefully he fights. It's just It's just a lot of good options at PBC, and Canelo's been cleaning out their roster, and he will continue to clean the roster until they have nobody, and they can fight each other themselves. But Canelo's gonna clean them out, clean their roster out, and just continue to do what he does, which is go after the best, fight the best, and make the biggest fights in boxing. Cause yes, Al Heyman and them PBC, what I'm saying, are paying Canelo, but Canelo's his own man. Canelo's his own man. He can afford to do three fights, 3-fight deal with them, continue to stay with them because he will be paid handsomely, 30, 40 guaranteed million a fight. No other fighter really gets that, other than what I'm saying, like a heavyweight Fury, and they don't really get that. Supposedly, Tank and Ryan did, but those are those are the other biggest names in boxing as well. So having them two in a fight obviously is gonna make a lot of guapolini. So hey, of course, what I'm saying. They have to have the right dance partner to get paid, and that's what happened between them, Ryan and Tank, and that's what they got and made some cheddar. Uh, but like I said, Jermell Charlo versus Canelo, real exciting fight. Is gonna have a lot of eyes. Uh, that fight's gonna have a lot of eyes. It's gonna generate a lot of money, a lot of buzz. A lot of celebrities are gonna want to attend, and you will see them attending in Vegas. A lot of people are gonna be attending, especially the Mexican crowd. You know what I'm saying? Which is usually the one that's always supporting, at least in the West Coast, Southwest, in Texas and all that. But they they will come out. I wish I could make it to that fight, man, but you know what I'm saying? They gotta send your boy some tickets, and I would attend too. But yeah, man, that's it's gonna be an exciting night of boxing, and then the undercard is cool. We got Ugas versus Barrios. We have who else we got on there? We have Sus Ramos versus Lubin. Um, but the main event is really what was gonna be setting the fireworks for show. Um, Jermell Charlo gets his shot, but to get knocked out. Real talk, cause like I've been saying, he doesn't really. He is not gonna be comfortable. Yes, he might be sparring bigger guys and stuff like that. But fight night is different. Sparring. Sometimes they want to say, "Oh yeah, this fighter beat X fighter in sparring or beat him up in sparring," but that's what sparring is. Sparring is just to help each other get better as a fighter. Um, so that doesn't really matter until they're in the ring with each other fighting. So he can spar. Jermell Charlo can spar Deontay Wilder, Fury. That's really not gonna help him versus the undisputed super middleweight Canelo. I'm just truly confident that Canelo will win. Like I just don't see how Charlo can beat him. He just doesn't have that. Charlo did beat KO Castano, but Canelo has never even been dropped. No light heavy weight could drop Canelo. And remember, this is the same Canelo that turned pro at 15, started at 140. Started at 140. Obviously, his body grew and all that, but a fighter coming up from 140 ending up fighting at light heavyweight and hasn't even been dropped once. That should tell you about Canelo's chin. But we've all known that about Canelo's chin when everybody thought Triple G Gennady Golovkin would knock Canelo out. And what happened? Canelo ate Triple G's punches like nada. Beat that brakes out that boy. So made him forget his Spaniel, that little broken Spaniel Gennady was trying to speak. Uh, but Gennady couldn't do nada. Sergey Kovalev, the one that Canelo took the title from him, couldn't do nothing. Knocked that boy out. Dimitri Bivol, yeah, beat Canelo, but was cautiously the whole fight. And Canelo was, it's not an excuse, a one-handed fighter. Now that he's healthy, Bivol didn't want that smoke. Because Bivol still, having beat Canelo, is not even really known. He's still an unknown fighter because no one really cares. Um, was trying to control the negotiations. You can't do that versus a fighter like Canelo, man. But that to say, those light heavyweights couldn't do nothing to Canelo, man. And Canelo was still there throwing all throughout that fight. So tell me, what is a junior middleweight gonna do? He ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't gonna do nada, nada. That's easy work for Canelo. Jermell Charlo will be easy work for Canelo. Real talk. I don't care what anybody says. He will be easy work for Canelo. And whoever says different, I mean, we all have our opinions. That's just mine. Jermell Charlo will be easy work. He ain't gonna have. He ain't gonna be. He ain't gonna be comfortable fighting at 168. He's not used to it. Putting the muscle mass the proper way is just gonna be different for going up there. It's just gonna be different. It's gonna feel different. He's gonna be slower. It's gonna be the first time. Canelo's been used to it. He's already been for a couple years at super middleweight. At least 3 years at super middleweight. So he, like, I don't know. I don't see what these other people see. But like I said, they're either friends with the Charlos or something like that. They're the only ones that are giving him a shot. Cause nobody else is, and it's cool. But you gotta really see it. I just don't see how he can beat the undisputed super middleweight. Real talk. He was undisputed at 154, but I mean, Tony Harrison, got knocked out by Tim Tszyu. Brian Castano was, you could say, like, that was the best opponent out of the last four opponents he's faced. Because he faced him twice, and one was a draw, and the other one he KO'd. All right, I'll give him that. He KO'd Brian Castano, which is a bigger guy, but Canelo KO's Brian Castano too. KO's Jason Rosario El Banana. Like, that Dominican being got knocked out by everybody, bruh. And then Tony Harrison. Those are Jermell's last four opponents. Like, you know what I'm saying? Canelo sleeps every single one of them last four opponents that Jermell had. So it's like, do those opponents really prepare somebody for like a fighter like Canelo? Hell nah, cause I mean, it's alright competition, but it's really ass competition. Cause It just That just adds competition compared to Canelo's, man. You know, John Ryder, the Gorilla. Y'all seen? I thought it was gonna be a way easier fight, but Canelo still dominated that whole fight, and John Ryder made it seem like it was a harder fight than it was just because he didn't get knocked out early. Uh, but he still got completely dominated. He did bruise up Canelo's face a little bit, but I mean that's just part of the game. That's part of the game. And then the trilogy Canelo had with Triple G. Triple G knocks out Jermell Charlo, facts. And then like Caleb Plant and Billy Joe Saunders, undefeated fighters that Canelo took out first. So I think all those fighters beat Mel. I this is why I just don't see Mel winning versus Canelo. You could try to argue, but that's just how I see it, based on those facts, based on the Canelo's what Canelo's crew and weight is at super middleweight. Even though Canelo's the smaller fighter compared to Jermell, but I mean, weight and height don't really mean nothing once you really like that. If not, look at Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was like a 5'9", 5'10" heavyweight, knocking these fools out. So, uh, I mean that. Oh, he's bigger than Canelo in size, and he in frame wise. I mean, yeah, but is that really gonna matter? Because Canelo's been used to fighting these bigger guys, and they have not been able to put a dent on that vato. Real talk. So, man, I'm just excited. Uh, like I said, I'm gonna try to bet on this fight for real, like on the rounds that Mel Charles gonna get knocked out on. Try to come on a lick, cause I know that's gonna happen. There's no other way that Canelo's gonna win either by KO or TKO, cause they ain't going distance, nah. Unless Mel Charlo just completely tries to box and is on the back foot, just avoiding Canelo, not even engaging, and that's what he's probably gonna try to do. That type of fight, but he's gonna fatigue from that muscle that he's gonna put on, and Canelo's gonna put on that smart pressure, and he's gonna go to the body as he always does, and then once he kills the body, you know what comes down, the head. So he's gonna leave his head open, and that's when he's gonna get cracked with like a left hook or a right hook or something. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, that's how I see it going. Like I feel like Canelo will knock him out like around sixth round, sixth to eighth, just on the fact that I feel like Jermell Charlo is gonna try to box and stick his jab out there, stick and move, and be on his back foot. That's the only reason that Canelo's gonna have to go after him. That's the only reason I see it. It could go to the eighth, but it's not going to pass that. And if it does, I'll be surprised because I mean, Jermell Charlo's not up to par with Canelo, man, and y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna see it, and that's how it's gonna happen. Don't be surprised, cause remember who told you. Tony Bucks told y'all that that's how it was gonna go down. And I want to see what all these YouTubers have to say after. Tim Bradley's right. It's just gonna be too much weight for Jermell Charlo. He should have been fought at 168 if he wanted to get the crack at Canelo. He should have tested the waters up there first. But hey, be careful what you wish for, because you might just get it, and that's what Jermell Charlo did. He got it. He was injured with his hand, but hey, that's just part of the game. He was supposed to fight Tim Zoo. You know, it was like pretty much you know, it was lucky for him to get that because he would have might have lost to Tim Zoo, which is another good fight. Uh, but he's also been a little inactive, like a year. That's also gonna hurt Mel Charlo. The inactivity. Last time he fought was May 14, 2022. Carson, California. If y'all remember, but the inactivity, that ring rust, is not gonna help Jermell Charlo. Canelo fought not that long ago, so but we all know Canelo stays active because he really takes this boxing thing serious. And I forgot, a lot of boxing writers, boxers like Gervonta Davis were saying that Canelo was starting to slip. That Canelo was starting to slip. That he wasn't being himself, his old self. Which, all right, not every night is gonna be your night. But they blamed it on the John Ryder fight so much. He completely dominated that fight. Just because, like I said, he did knock him out early. They said he started to slip, which is crazy because he still dominated that whole fight. Now, let's see what Gervonta's gonna say about this fight versus Jermell. Because I don't know if they're boys or not, but I'm pretty sure Gervonta's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I'm riding with Mel Charlo, so he's gonna win." Of course, they're supposed to say that. But I want to see what he says after Canelo KO his ass. Is he still slipping? That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see what they say. That Canelo's still slipping. And then I want to see once Canelo beats all the fights that he has with PBC on the contract, the 3 fights. If he fights Benavidez, that might be an L. But anybody other than that, he's beating Mel, he's beating the next. Versus David Benavidez, I don't know. But since David Benavidez has Ecuadorian and blood, something like that, then damn, my boy, I don't give it too much chances beating that Mexican, full Mexican Canelo. You know what I'm saying? But he's still huge. You know what I'm saying? He has some advantages here and there, and David is still a hell of a fighter. But I still give Canelo the edge on that 60-40. But I still want to see that fight. Someone I hope Canelo fights in the future, but as of now, he's fighting Jermell Charlo. And like I said, I want to see what these boxers that said Canelo was slipping, like Gervonta Davis was saying that Canelo was slipping. I want to see what he says after he comes out victorious versus Jermell Charlo. Yup. Because he did say he was talking some ish, saying that he was the face of boxing. Gervonta ain't no face of boxing. I said it in a couple of videos, man. You ain't nothing. You ain't even on the pound for pound. You never been unified champ. You've only beaten one champion for one good belt, and that's it, boy. Shut your ass up, Gervonta. Don't want to face no elite of no division. So that boy shouldn't even be talking, man. But let's remember, everybody, once Canelo cleans the roster, and let's see what they will say as what these lame ass YouTubers will say. These biased ass YouTubers. Like I said, I might seem biased just because I'm Mexican too, but like I said, I gave my my points on why I feel like Canelo's gonna win. Not just because I like Canelo as a fighter, because I like Mel Charlo as a fighter too. But I just don't feel like he has it going his way versus Canelo, because it's just too much. You know, he's going up in weight, a new weight he's never fought at. Canelo has faced way better fighters than Jermell Charlo. It's just like Canelo's way more used to at the weight because he's been there longer. It's just a lot of disadvantages for Jermell Charlo for me to bet my money on him. Like I don't see it. I mean anything can happen. I won't say that anything can happen, but I mean Triple G couldn't do it. Sergey Kovalev couldn't do it. Dimitri Bivol couldn't knock out the little old Canelo. Ain't no way a 154 pounder will come close to knocking him out or beating him regardless. I just don't see it. I see it as an easy KO for Canelo, and I'm sticking to that. Easy KO or Canelo. Jermell Charlo will get KO'd, and yeah, I don't see it going no other way. Real talk, I don't see it going no other way. And then hey, if Ma Charlo wants to get it on with Canelo, I'm pretty sure Canelo will fight him. And or if not Crawford, you know they're saying that Crawford can beat him. Let's get Crawford, man. Canelo go after Crawford, man, and not shut everybody up because the ones that know, then especially now 140 47 pounders gonna do nine. Crawford is feeling invincible right now, but more than anything, he wants to get paid. He wants to get paid, and I understand it. He wants to get paid a whole lot of money, and he's willing to get knocked out. So why not? Why not fight Canelo and risk getting KO'd? Because that's what will happen. Even easier than uh than Jermell Charlo. Just watch. If I believe Crawford is with PBC, uh, and I'm for sure they will offer if Crawford is with PBC, they will offer Crawford sacrifice him to Canelo. And if they don't give Canelo Crawford in these three fights, it might be Benavidez next or Crawford, and then Benavidez at last, or give somebody else Canelo, and then might wanna tie him down for like another 2, 3 fight deal, and then give them Crawford, sacrifice Crawford. But I mean, hey, if y'all wanna see another fight where someone gets put to sleep like Pacquiao, that's gonna be the Crawford fight. Cause y'all is smoking something good if y'all think Crawford's gonna beat Canelo. Cause that will be easier. Canelo KOs Crawford in the second round. Real talk. Crawford ain't got nothing on Canelo, man. But that's what I'll say on that. Um, the interesting matchup is gonna be David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. That's a fight a lot of us fans want and want to see. Right now, we still got a good fight versus Jermell Charlo, but we want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo. I'm not writing Jermell Charlo off, but I just know how it's going down. I know how it's going down with Crawford if that fight gets made too. Both get KO'd. Easy work. Easy work. Uh, and a lot of fighters wouldn't take those risks. But Canelo, since he's someone that he already has major bank, he's set up for life for generations for him and his whole family. He don't have to keep fighting these fights, but as he says, he wants to continue testing himself, and that's what he continue to do. What no other fighter does. What every fighter wants to do, wait around and get that lottery call to fight Canelo, because they know fighting Canelo guarantees them millions of dollars. While Canelo been fighting for guaranteed millions and continue to test himself, while these lame ass YouTubers say that he's ducking X fighter, there's a ducking X fighter. Like, but once you're at the top, you're ducking everybody because the fighter you want to get beat, but the fighter you like won't fight who you want him to fight. It just don't work like that, Playboy. It just don't work like that. The Mexican Canelo does what he wants to do when he wants. Cause he's the one that brings in the fatty at home, boy. If you don't like it, don't watch. But you know what they say, haters get you paid. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? All the haters that hate on him, continue to pay for his fights, continue to go see him, and all that, and continue to talk about him. Cause guess who gets the clicks? Canelo. Am I right? Yeah. These lame ass YouTubers, man, they know they can't not make content on Canelo. Like, that's all they want to do. Oh yeah, Canelo this, Canelo that, but so hate the man so bad, like weird. But hey, it is what it is. Like I said, I got Canelo winning by 6 round KO, Pacquiao style, from 6 if not 8, around 8. And yeah, hopefully I have the way to bet, but I will bet on the rounds because I know I'm gonna get a win on that for sure. I know I'm gonna get a win on that by betting on the rounds that Canelo's gonna KO him on. Facts, and I'll try to post them. Hopefully, I have Guapolini and bet on it because y'all will see I'm gonna bet on that. I'm gonna try to bet on it. Cause I was gonna lose because I was gonna bet on Earl Spence, but I was in the casino and I lost some money regardless, so I was gonna lose in that fight too. So good thing I didn't bet on him, cause and and like I did say, we don't know how Earl Spence will be, how it will be. I feel like the accident has something to do with it. He just wasn't the same, but it is what it is. That didn't excuse all the props to Terrence Crawford, but he's too hyped and has himself believing he can beat an undisputed super middleweight. Go up there and get humbled, boy. Like, real talk, and that's all my respects to Terrence Crawford, but I just feel like it's a question mark. It's a question mark, regardless if he beat Earl Spence or not. But Earl Spence, after that badass crash, like, I'm still a non-believer. Real talk. Like, even though he's undisputed in 2, but I mean, Earl Spence had that crash. Like, still to me, I'm still not sold because that's a question mark right there. He wasn't really. He was healthy, but not at the same time because he had the accident. If he didn't have the accident, who knows how it would have, if it would have gone the same way. But I believe if Crawford believes himself that he can go up to 168, and if he can get that fight, so be it. But everybody will see how he will get humbled and get knocked out. He will get knocked out for trying to go and messing with one of the big boys in boxing, and get knocked out by that Mexican. Because the only Mexican that he fought that was alright was Jose Benavides, and Benavides gave him a fight, and he had been shot in the leg. So I mean, hey, he was pretty much handicapped. So go face a real Mexican, a real champ, which is Canelo, and get knocked out, dog. Real talk, and that's what will happen. That's what happened. But like I've been saying, we got a good undercard. Ugas versus Barrios. Barrios always comes to fight. Ugas been inactive since he got beat by, I believe, by Earl Spence. But I don't know. Ugas might beat Barrios, but Barrios is a dog. You know what I'm saying? He been more active. Who knows if the ring rust would play into Ugas? But I favor Ugas. I don't know. Barrios might pull it off. I'm not sure, but Ramos versus Lubin. Lubin Ben got messed up by Fundora. And Ramos is a beast. That's is gonna be another beating on Lubin by Ramos, and Ramos, I don't know. I see him fighting Tim Zoo soon for undisputed or something. Because I see him beating Jermell as well. Unless Jermell becomes a new fighter all of a sudden and beats Canelo and looks unbeatable or something, but I really doubt that. Like I've been saying, but good undercard. It will be a good night of boxing. It's a really good undercard, and I will be going live. I will be going live on that night. You know what I'm saying, watching it with y'all, so y'all can come rock with me on my channel. You know what I'm saying. The last good fight, you know what I'm saying, was Earl Spence versus Crawford, and Crawford and I missed it. I didn't even watch it, and then the guy I was going for lost. I haven't even really watched it, no lie. But I did watch highlights, and that was like the last cool fight that I didn't even see. But hopefully for nothing, I'm gonna miss this fight, Jermell Charlo versus Canelo. Hell nah. And like I said, I'm gonna go live, watch it with y'all. So, um, come watch the fight with me. And yeah, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna be having a good time watching it, and me having the commentary for y'all. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna be it for this video. I hadn't made a live or just any video on regarding this fight, but this fight got me hype, and two of the fighters that I really like watching fighting are going at it, undisputed versus undisputed, regardless of the way. One is um, looking to be great by going up and trying to dethrone Canelo 2 divisions up. So Jermell Charlo looking to be great, and Canelo, you know what I'm saying, he didn't really have options, so why not fight another undisputed guy that's close enough in weight, um, and why not? Regardless, he's getting his guapolini, and he's gonna continue to do what he does. And at PBC, he's gonna have good options. So, um, Canelo's still gonna be doing what he does, taking on these tough challenges, and showing everybody how it's done. And that's why he is the face of boxing. Like it or not, the Mexican is the face of boxing. Has the highest numbers, pulls the biggest crowds, say what you want, and faces the elite opposition your favorite fighter don't. So you can hate on Canelo all you want, but um, his resume, you can't lie on his resume. You can see it. You can see it yourself. But like, comment, share, subscribe. You already know the deal. Um, Hopefully we keep getting better fights in boxing. Hopefully, like more fighters are like Canelo and fight the best out there. Don't really have to be about. Of course, it has to be money. They have to get paid good too, because that's what they're in this sport for. But they every fighter has to start fighting for legacy, not just for money. Cause I mean, if you fight for the money, yeah, you might get the money, but no one's gonna remember you. Which everybody has their way of going about it. But Canelo's in it for the legacy, wants to be the greatest, and that's why he is where he's at. He's where he's at for doing that, fighting the best, fighting 20 plus champs, and fighting an undisputed in September 30th, and that's why he's that guy. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tony Buxton, Boxeo, se la saben, raza. To the next one, and I will be doing the live September 30th, so stay tuned for that and come to your boy's channel so we can have a good time. Till next time.